Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Marvel Mystic Mayhem. Happy Monday, and today I want to talk about a character that maybe some people had slept on, and I will say that maybe I did as well. So I want to talk about Echo today, a character that a lot of you should have gotten free to play on day one. She was available as a free claim for doing your daily objectives. I don't know if it was just a like literally day one thing. I thought that most brand new accounts do get Echo now. She is also available in the summons as well. She's only a 2-star character, so the likelihood of you picking her up, if not on day one, then you should pretty soon. But there's a part of her kit that makes her extremely strong as a fighter brawler character that I overlooked, and I want to talk about this with you guys, especially in conjunction with another powerful character. Now, I use Scarlet Witch as one of my main single target DPS characters, but Echo is another really solid character because something in her kit, again, that I overlooked. We're going to be talking about that in today's video, so if you're ready to go, everybody, let's boil this down. Now, I want to bring up her talent window here with her skills. Namely, I want to start off here with her passive, photographic reflexes. Now, Echo's attack is always the same as the ally with the highest attack. This is wild, because it almost... if there's someone who knows a little bit more about Echo than me, please comment down below. But it's my understanding that her attack stat doesn't actually matter, because permanently, in my case, right, Scarlet Witch is one of my strongest attackers. She's basically going to be copying the attack stat of my Scarlet Witch. Then she applies the echoing to a random enemy every 15 seconds. This lasts for 10 seconds, and basically when you attack an echoing target that has that debuff, with a skill or ultimate, Echo's going to perform a follow-up attack, right? So that's pretty normal there. But I just did, maybe I overlooked this part of the passive. Now, as far as what else she does, she has a chance of triggering a follow-up attack on the photographic reflexes as well. She also takes less damage for this. She has a dash attack. Now, you're not always this is mostly a repositioning tool. You don't really need to use this that much unless you have literally nothing else to use. And her main attack here is based on the skill that you previously used. So, for example, with just Scarlet Witch as an example, if you use something that's 2 mana, that means this skill is going to be 2 mana when you use it. Now, if you use something that's 4 or more, I don't think there's a... Is there a 5? I mean, I think it's mostly 4. But if you use something that's a 4, she has this part of her text where it does 40% more damage if the skill that you used costs more than 3, because it just copies basically the mana cost usage. So it does scale up, which is nice, which seems to, I think based on that, should do the same amount of damage percentage-wise, whether it's a 2 or whether it's a 4. Although, I mean, realistically, I think you're probably going to... Well, no, I think you are going to get more damage. You should be able to get 2 of them, right, if you have 2. Anyways, and her ultimate, which then applies the echoing directly to the target. Now, when it comes to single target damage, and this is a lot of the game, right? You're not going to really use her if you're trying to do something that's AoE based. But there's a good part of the game, especially on the PvE side of things, that really would shine for characters like Echo. And like I said, she is available very early on. And so she's a character, I actually think I might like her more than Spider-Man, Doppelganger, right? AKA, actually, I don't even know what I was saying with AKA. I was going to say him, right? Like, I don't even know much about him in the comics. Anyways, I digress. The other thing I wanted to talk about is the talents, too, because I did pick... Or not talents, sorry, Soul Saga. Because I did pick up some dupes for her, and I decided to go with Mind 1. Triggering the follow-up attack of photographic reflexes increases Echo's physical damage by 30%. Now, we do have to talk about her artifacts as well. Actually, before we do, it increases her damage, right? So these are ways that are basically, and that's sort of not a 50% chance not to consume the echoing. And then over here on the heart, Encore Performance deals 50% more damage. So this is tough to do, I think. You would have to basically hit somebody with the ult that already has the echoing debuff on. That is a lot of damage, but this may be a bit more challenging to do. The energy generation by 30% is nice, but you can accomplish this with artifacts. And we do need to talk about how to gear Echo before we do some gameplay footage of this, because if she's copying, for example, my Scarlet Witch's attack, she doesn't need any attack stats. Now, I am using Hand Shuriken, and it does have an attack main stat, but by and large, you know, it would be better to use items that do not have attack main stat, because that doesn't really matter that much. Also, don't use unstable molecules, because that increases the ability anyways, increases attack by 10%. This is really pointless for Echo. So what I've been trying to do anyways for the artifacts that I have is I'm trying to maximize my energy generation. I'm trying to maximize my crit hit, or even my crit damage, but you need crit hit first anyways before crit damage matters. The attack stat, not so much, right? HP is okay, whatever. The reason why I'm using this Force Field Glove is because I got a 34.9% energy generation at level 16. This is whopping, because if you saw from the Soul Saga, that was like, what was it, 30% of a bump just for that? So I'm getting 34.9% on this Force Field Glove, only 8.3% energy generation on this Hand Shuriken, but I am getting the 12% crit there, so plus the 3.9, I'm getting 15.9. Another interesting item to use would be the Avengers ID card, but I'm already using that on my Dream Queen, who I am going to be running simultaneously with this. Now, what I don't know, though, is if you have two different characters with Avengers ID in the same battle, will it apply twice? That's what I'm not sure. And also how Echo calculates her attack. I'm not 100% sure. What I mean by that is, say she's copying Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch gets a 15% boost because of Avengers ID. Is Echo then copying that, say, 115%, and then she gets another 15% on top of that, right? So making it 130 additively anyways, because she's copying Scarlet Witch, and then she's getting 15% more. That's what I mean. I'm not 100% sure how that's calculated. All I know is that it is taking, in this case, my Scarlet Witch, or the person with the highest attack stat. Still pretty wild anyways, and she can put out some really solid numbers basically without you having to care about her attack stat, and that you can focus on everything else. Energy generation, I think, is one of the primary ones that you would want to kind of stick with. The other thing you could do is physical damage bonus. This does appear from time to time. And then a crit hit is another thing that you could consider as well. So just some stats there. I love this, the fact that I got 34.9% on this Force Field Glove. Now I want to take Echo into some battles here just to share my thoughts on her. So I'm going to go into my Dreamscape here. I'm going to do Nightfall for the purposes of this. Another good testing for single target damage would actually be doing Fabled Finds, because a lot of these bosses actually are pretty like a punching bag for single target damage. Juggernaut is a big one for that one. So actually, I'm going to go into this one first, and then we're going to go into Nightmare after that. So I'm going to use the three characters. We're going to get rid of that. We're going to put Echo as a kind of tank. You could basically make her a quasi tank as well if you do add some HP to her, so she can take some damage while you. Oh, I just realized that. Never mind. We can't do Juggernaut because he's special damage base. That's my bad. Okay, I forgot about that. My bad. We need to find the one that's more okay with physical target damage. I think we might be okay with Mr. Negative, right? Is he physical damage base? I just wanted to double check here. Yeah, okay. I think we can do this. So we can do Scarlet Witch over here. We're going to do Echo in the middle, and we're going to do Dream Queen over here as my support character. Let's go on over here. And so basically, I'm going to start off the bat. We're going to go with, I don't have a whole lot to do, right? Now, because we're trying to feature Echo, right? She's critting, like 5,200 damage. That's almost as much as my Scarlet Witch would do. It's quite a lot. And so I'm going to go and just show you what, I mean, she does, my Scarlet Witch, that's pretty good. And then we're going to go with a dash. We're going to go over here. Why not? 3,300, right? I'm getting all the attacks up as well. Then we're going to apply. So in this case, when you're single target, you can actually apply the echoing again to the boss. But you can see like how quickly I got my energy generation here down at the bottom. Like the rest of my characters, like 2/3, and echoing's doing it again. So I can see where, you know, that other upgrade would be good. There, 7,300 damage. Wow. And we do the buff. Maybe we'll get another hit for... No, we don't have the skill from her. From Echo. There we go. We got the 2 over here. Thing is that my Dream Queen doesn't really hit as hard. I'm also getting... We're going to do this, right? So the buff from Dream Queen, this boosts everyone else's attacks by a lot. And I just want to kind of show you. Can I get any one of Echo's skills? I was hoping for something a little bit better. But we'll go over there with the 2. 5,000 damage. Let's see. Can I roll this until she... There we go. Okay, and then we're gonna hit again, and it did like 40. He died, but it did like 4,900 on the first hit. So Echo's damage is just—it's almost as high as my Scarlet Witch. Now I did prioritize some attacks with Echo rather than Scarlet Witch, but it goes to show that with equal attack, It's not equal crit, of course, as my Scarlet Witch, but she puts out some pretty crazy damage. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. Luckily, I did need to kind of do some more artifact grinding anyways, so don't feel so bad about doing that. And then secondly, I kind of want to run Nightfall. Now, I'm not running that. I'm not able to clear the 45. Some people are able to climb up on this a little bit. I was not able to, probably because I'm not using a healer or something like that. A lot of people who are climbing up like that are using Emma Frost. Now, we were originally seeing, if you click on the records, we were originally seeing, that's mine, sorry, the best, the leaderboard here. We were originally seeing some echoes, right, climbing some of this stuff, the 472, so a lot of people are using Emma Frost. Emma Frost is a bit of a hybrid healer there, so it's no surprise that some of the top endgame players are climbing. You can see this even at level 39, doing those kind of difficulties with Emma Frost. Emma Frost is one of the best hybrid healer support characters in the game. I don't think you really need Doctor Strange, but I guess if you're just kind of like slow grinding it just to clear it, right, you could use 2 healers. Just for the purposes of this, we're going to be running the exact same team, though. This is one of my favorite teams right now. We're going to buff with Scarlet Witch, because that's going to give me the 2 mana cost there on Echo here, and it just does so much damage. I didn't get a crit that time, though. Let's just do a 3 on over here. I need to get some damage on this side here. Wow, almost like instant destruction on the hand. I mean, so both of them are just really, really good. But she's gonna be matching basically what you're doing with your main DPS character. So I'm gonna land the ultimate there on the eyeball there. It's basically gonna kill it at that point. Like I don't even fine. We'll just kill it with Scarlet Witch. She's just so good. So if you have a really strong single target DPS or someone with really high attack, then Echo is going to match that. I did actually beat my score by 5. Okay, so there we go. You know, some really solid numbers, and it's actually almost identical. So again, Echo is a character that you should not sleep on at all. If you need a really strong single target damage character, I actually think that she is the best in the game. In fact, I used to be really hard on with Doppelganger. I love Doppelganger, but then after realizing this about Echo, I think definitely she is one of my top physical damage melee DPS characters that I really love. So I hope that some of this was helpful for you guys and get a better understanding of Echo, the character. Don't sleep on her if you have her. And if you have any extra dupes on her, for sure, she is going to be incredibly powerful. Like I said, the Soul Saga, I was actually thinking about getting this too. Instead of climbing Mind 2, the 8% physical damage, I think I'd rather actually have Heart 1 rather than Mind 2 first. So I did want this one first, though, because this is a little bit better, the 30% damage boost. But definitely my next upgrade when I get dupes for her is going to go into Heart 1. So that's the end of this video for Echo. She's amazing. Use her. Let me know what your thoughts are, and I'll see you guys all on the next video.
And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.